Tourism industry, especially hotels, has a high energy consumption rate. The star rating of hotel and the energy consumption per room usually have a strong positive link. While heating and cooling continue to be the primary sources of energy use, luxury services such as a heated pool, spa, golf, or laundry services all add to energy expenses. That problem can be solved by knowing the benefits of sustainable tourism. My name is Stephen Riego, a second-year tourism management student from the University of the East, together with my colleagues. And we are here to present our topic about sustainable tourism. What is sustainable tourism? Why does it matter? According to World Tourism Organization, all forms of tourism in all types of places, including mass tourism and the specialist tourism segments, can benefit from sustainable tourism development principles and management techniques. Now let's go to the heritage listings. These are documentation of assets that can have cultural or historical value. And by that, UNESCO made a list about the 6 Philippine UNESCO World Heritage. Half of it belongs to cultural, and the other half belongs to the natural. The question is, how are we going to apply sustainability to those lists? Up next is the Sustainable Tourism Rules.
Sustainable tourism means it is economically viable but does not destroy the resources on which the future of tourism will depend on, notably the physical environment and the social fabric of the host community. According to the World Tourism Organization or the WTO, sustainable tourism should make optimal use of environmental resources that constitute a key element in tourism development, maintaining essential ecological processes and helping to conserve natural heritage and biodiversity. As more regions and countries develop their tourism industry, it produces significant impact on natural resources, consumption patterns, pollution, and social systems. So the need for sustainable or responsible planning and management is very crucial for this industry to survive and to also maintain a high level of tourist satisfaction and ensure a meaningful experience to the tourist, raising their awareness about sustainability issues and promoting sustainable tourism practices amongst them.
Also, sustainable tourism should respect the socio-cultural authenticity of host communities, conserve their built and traditional cultural heritage and traditional values, and contribute to intercultural understanding and tolerance. Paying attention to the environment is now more pressing than ever. Despite the many labor and environmental regulations, few are actually adhered to. Tourism operators need to understand that sustainable tourism means more than just preserving the beautiful landscape of tourist destination. It means, for example, respecting village mentality, places of worship, agricultural sites, all that is essential to the upkeep of local cultural identity. The objective of sustainable tourism is to retain the economic and social advantages of tourism development while reducing any undesirable impacts on the natural, historic, cultural, or social environment.
Ensure viable long-term economic operations providing socio-economic benefits to all stakeholders that are fairly distributed, including stable employment and income-earning opportunities, and social services to host communities and contribute to poverty alleviations. Sustainable tourism refers to the level of tourism activities that can be maintained over the long term because of its result in net benefits for social, economic, natural, and cultural environments of the area in which it takes place. For sustainable touristy to flourish, the people involved should receive training from various hospitality services. When tourists visit a community, they look out for the best service they can get. If they don't get the satisfaction, they are unlikely to visit the same tourist destination again. And this is why it's essential to have sufficient human resources in the relevant industries and institutions. Ensure viable long-term economic operations providing socio-economic benefits to all stakeholders that are fairly distributed, including stable employment and income-earning opportunities, and social services to host communities and contribute to poverty alleviations. For sustainable touristy to flourish, the people involved should receive training from various hospitality services. When tourists visit a community, they look out for the best service they can get. If they don't get the satisfaction, they are unlikely to visit the same tourist destination again. And this is why it's essential to have sufficient human resources in the relevant industries and institutions.
Environmental sustainability is the responsibility to conserve natural resources and protect global ecosystems to support health and well-being now and in the future. Talking about sustainability, let's talk about some of the sustainable practice in America. First is the waste-wise. It is the reducing waste from organization and businesses. Next one is the water sense. The program promotes the value of water efficiency. It provides people with easy ways to save water. And then for the third one, we have green chemistry. For this program, it designs chemical products and processes that reduce or eliminate the use or generation of hazardous substances. And there you have it. Those are the sustainable practice in America. Those programs help communities and businesses modify their practices in ways that provide better and cleaner tomorrows.
There are many different sustainable practices in America, like crop rotation, green lifestyle, sustainable nasura, agroforestry, blue flag ecology, and also implementing waste to biogas. Sustainability is not measured by arbitrary pursuit. It requires a commitment to innovation and continuous improvement. Developing and continuing sustainable practice while improving operations through ongoing and thoughtful approach to conservation. Because sustainability is about our future, our sustainable practice improves the quality of our lives, protects our ecosystem, and also preserves natural resources for our future generation.
Good day, I am Reina and I am going to discuss some information about crop rotation. So crop rotation was invented in early 16th century in a four-field rotation. It is the practice of planting different crops consecutively on the same land to improve soil health. Crop rotation helps nutrients to the soil without any synthetic inputs. Farmers can keep their fields under continuous production without a need to let them lie or apply artificial fertilizers. This kind of practice also works to interrupt pests and disease cycles, improve soil health, and increase biodiversity on the farm. Some of the advantages of crop rotations are increases soil fertility, increases crop yield, reduces soil erosion, reduces pollution, limits the concentration of the pests and diseases, improves soil structure, increases soil nutrients, and many more. Crop rotation and the use of cover crops have been around for a long time, and many farmers today are incorporating these techniques as a part of other modern agricultural practices. So those are some informations about crop rotation. I hope you've learned something from me. Thank you!
Hi, I'm Dean Perez, and I will be discussing about disadvantages of crop rotation. Crop rotation seems to be nice and easy, but it requires a good understanding of strategies and how it works. Crop rotation may be inefficient for a person with low understanding of what crops should be involved in your scheme and why. In crop rotation, there is always risk involved. Investing in a season involves the input of much money to buy different seedlings of the different types of crops to be planted. The success, however, is not guaranteed and one can end up incurring a loss of harvest. Sometimes, fertility and productivity of the soil are lowered if suitable soil management practices are not allowed. Soil structure may be deteriorated and increase infestation, disease, and weeds. Those are some informations about crop rotation.
Blue flag ecology. The livelihood of most Costa Rican coastal communities depends on its beaches. It is mainly due to the Blue Flag Ecology program that tourists and the local communities alike can now enjoy the stunning beaches of Costa Rica without the fear of contamination. This has led the resident community, tourism entrepreneurs, and the entire coastal municipality of Costa Rica to participate actively in taking care of the beaches and contributing effectively to the various educational programs under the Blue Flag Ecology program. Since then, it has been helping to promote the protection of the natural surroundings and increasing public knowledge in this regard. The proof of this is that every year, more and more beach communities of Costa Rica are competing for the Blue Flag, and they are working for the purpose of the Blue Flag Ecology program. The success of this program has inspired authorities to expand it to the non-coastal communities.
Under the Blue Flag Ecology program, the Costa Rican are evaluated on strict criterion. The beaches are assessed on water quality of ocean and the drinking water, waste disposal, sanitary facilities, tourist safety, environmental education, and also involvement of community in beach maintenance.
What is its purpose? Blue Flag contributes to fight poverty by supporting local economies through increasing tourism and promoting free access to beaches, businesses activities, and services. It also creates job opportunities related to maintenance and management, of course, of beaches, marinas, and ecotourism boats. So what is the main goal of it? This iconic Blue Flag is one of the world's most recognized voluntarily award for beaches, marinas, and sustainable boating tourism operators. To qualify a Blue Flag, there are a series of stringent environmental, educational, safety, and accessibility criteria that must be met and maintained. Here are some examples of the most popular beaches with Blue Flag. There are 4,154 Blue Flag beaches and marinas from 49 countries around the world, Spain, France, and Turkey topping the list. And lastly, of course, Spain leads the top with the most Blue Flag beaches in the world.
Costa Rica raised a sustainable Lusara wherein it is an organization which was developed to help bring together the community and community organization in an effort to promote sustainable practices and tourism in Lusara. The organization has helped put together many different initiatives and events to protect and preserve and clean up the beaches, rivers, and forests. Efforts have also been made to build more sustainable homes, encourage businesses to stop using single-use of plastic and styrofoam, and put together workshops and educational programs in the local schools, churches, and the community centers. The community of Nosara is also subsequently acting as a wonderful role model for other coastal and inland communities in Costa Rica. The organization Sustainable Nosara has made huge strides in making Nosara a more sustainable place to live, rather than address community issues as individual concerns. Sustainable Nosara brought together important community associations, including the Nosara Civic Association, the Chamber of Tourism, and the Recycling Association.
Costa Rica in recent years have proven itself to be trendsetter regarding ecotourism and sustainability on a national level. The country is filled with protected national parks that support the incredible biodiversity that abounds. However, in many towns, simple conservation efforts like waste management are completely undeveloped. In fact, it's not uncommon for people to litter, and recycling is rarely even an option. Nosara, situated on the coast of northern Nicoya Peninsula, has in recent years developed a highly environmental sustainable community. The hope of this community is to send the thread for greater sustainability in Costa Rica on a micro level beyond ecotourism. They have already built and developed the center that collects, sorts, compacts, and sells recyclables for future transformation, and created documentary film about waste management and sustainable practices in Costa Rica.
tourism may pose several threats to the environment such as pollution, wildlife disturbance, and degradation of natural landscapes. These negative impacts must be taken into consideration to prevent any further permanent environmental damages. Thus, green living is one of the best solutions. Adopting a green lifestyle involves reducing consumption, minimizing waste, and choosing healthier alternatives and more. And it may be a simple task to do, but it will definitely make an immense change to the environment, and especially in attaining sustainability. But how can having a green lifestyle help or affect tourism? Through these eco-friendly practices, we can achieve sustainable tourism to minimize the harmful effects of the tourism activities on the environment. It can reduce risks, conserve resources, and protect the ecosystem, thus improving people's quality of life.
Applying different practices such as recycling and going green reduce air pollutions and environmental toxins that could affect our body's immune system that fights infections, and that could expose us to diseases and fatal illnesses. Another advantage of going green is that it helps decreases the number of pollutants released to the environment. It makes the air we breathe fresher and healthier. A healthy environment means a fewer diseases and a fewer doctor visits. Being sick has a higher cost than just the price of medicines and doctor's appointment. This is the 6 essentials of living in green lifestyle. First, it reduces environmental pollution. Second, reduce energy costs. Third, it conserves natural resources. Fourth, it leads to a healthier life. Fifth, raise self-aware to every children. And lastly, it has an impact change in our community.
In the country of Panama, they have a wealth of natural resources, and they promote a green lifestyle. This green lifestyle supports every city in our country, especially in Metro Manila. Sustaining green lifestyle practices in our cities, reducing the effects of climate change, improve air quality, because we all know that our cities are overpolluted, and may also affect our health. One of the goals of Panama country is to provide solar-powered light to its streets, and it is a good idea to apply it also here in our cities to avoid accidents and make our streets clean and beautiful. This green lifestyle helps us a cleaner environment, makes us healthier life, our country will grow, and lastly, we are saving our planet. So come and let's do the plan.
Hello everyone, I am Carissa May H. Tumangil, and I am here to give you an idea regarding the importance of having waste to biogas implementation, which help to practice the sustainable tourism here in our country. First, biogas is a clean, sustainable, and renewable source of energy produced by the decomposition of organic waste. Anaerobic digestion of solid organic waste can generate biogas, in which converts into gases like methane and carbon dioxide. It also helps into greenhouse gas transmission. Having an appropriate waste management can save our country, might as well our lives. How biogas production works? Please watch this video.
Bruce Fernando, and I am here to discuss to you the importance of using biogas. So, why biogas is important? The systems that are used to create bioenergy can greatly contribute to reducing greenhouse gases, as they have the possibility of reducing the need to use fossil fuels by providing a non-polluting energy source which is also renewable. The earth is being kept clean of harmful emissions. Biogas is also the ideal way to ensure that all areas have access to electricity. As a fairly cheap source of electricity, biogas is a fuel source that has the power to provide decent energy to the world.
Many sustainable practices from other parts of the world are applicable to different places here in the Philippines. These sustainable practices will surely help in boosting and promoting sustainable tourism, local tourism industries, and our country's tourism industry as a whole, which will give an economic development here in our country. Practicing sustainability should be done everywhere, and it should start with ourselves, with our sense of responsibility, by recalibrating our ways and be part of the change. And through that, we can protect the beauty of our natural resources and the environment. Moreover, every person living in this country will benefit from it, and most especially for the benefit of our future generations.
In sustainable development, all sorts of tourism in all types of destinations can benefit from sustainable tourism development principles, rules, and management techniques. The environmental and economic aspects of tourism development are all addressed by sustainability rules and principles between the three rules that sustainable tourism have, which are: first, make optimal use of environmental resources that constitute a key element in tourism development. Second, respecting the socio-cultural authenticity of host communities, and last, by ensuring a long-term economic operations. To enable the broad engagement in sustained tourism development, it needs the participation of relevant people with specialty in this, as well as political leadership to ensure a participation. Achieving sustainable tourism is a non-stop method, and it calls for constant tracking of impacts, like the essential preventive and corrective measures.
6 World Heritage Sites within the Philippines. The UNESCO World Heritage Sites are locations of significance to cultural and natural heritage as defined in UNESCO World Heritage Convention. One of those 6 sites, 3 are cultural, 3 are natural. Those sites that's included in cultural are the Baroque Churches of the Philippines in 1993, Historic City of Bigan in 1999, and Rice Terraces of the Philippines Cordilleras in 1993.
Moreover, Mount Hamiguitan Range Wildlife Sanctuary in 2014, Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park in 1999, and Tubataha Reefs Natural Park from 1993 to 2009 in natural. All sites were declared as UNESCO World Heritage Sites from 1993 to 1999 until the country faced a 14-year drought in UNESCO designations, which would be broken only in 2014 when Mount Hamiguitan Range Wildlife was declared as a UNESCO World Heritage Site.